I was just reading an article today on in the internet. This woman, she's handicapped, and she has kids. And anyway, she has a handicap placard, and she was talking about a couple of instances where, well, in one instance there was a woman who was not only parked in a handicap spot, but she was taking up two handicap spots and wasn't handicapped. And it was in the winter time too. And even though it's difficult for the woman who wrote the article, even though it's difficult for her to walk, especially on icy ground, she got up the courage to go up to this woman's car, and I believe it was at her kid's school, and she asked she kind of politely confronted the woman about, well, you're parked here, and I don't see any handicap placard or anything like that, and I need to park here. Well, she said the woman just basically said, okay, not in a real polite way, but just kind of like, okay. And then she moved her car. In another instance, she was picking her kids up from soccer practice or something. And yeah. Anyway, another instance happened at that same school, and everybody was there to pick their kids up, and there was a guy driving a Land Rover, and he wasn't parked in a handicap spot, but he was blocking access to the handicap parking. And she was trying to get over there to park there, but he was blocking access to it. And so, after I read the article, I totally understand her frustration, because I'm handicapped also, and I've had my disabilities. I've been legally handicapped since 2010, and I've had my placard for almost as long. Well, actually, I guess I have had it for as long. And I get very upset when I see people who park in handicapped spots that they don't have a placard, they don't have the special handicap license plates, nothing, And it's like, well, if you don't have a placard or plates or something to identify you as handicapped, you shouldn't be parking there. I see perfectly healthy people just, for their own convenience, pull into a handicapped spot and like run into the grocery store or whatever, and I'm like, no, that's wrong. And I want to confront them. I want to say something to them, but I'm always afraid, well, what if they have a gun in their car or something, You never know these days. But this really, really bothers me to see people who are not designated to park in handicap parking take up those spaces. I don't care how many of them are available at any given time. If there's like 10 spaces and they park in one space, that's still one space that won't be available to a person who really needs it. And this is really a big pet peeve with me. If you're not handicapped, you shouldn't be parking in a handicapped spot. I don't care how many open spots there are. Don't park there. That's not where you're supposed to park. It's just like, okay, let's say you go to a restaurant, and some restaurants have, maybe 2 or 3 parking spaces that are designated for people just picking food up. You can't park there because it's just for people picking food up that have called it in. Well, you don't park there, Well, I guess some people probably would, but you know, but to park in a handicapped spot when you're not handicapped is really being very thoughtless and selfish. And you know, sometimes I'm just really tempted, like I said, to say something to people, but then I'm afraid of being attacked, and so I don't, because I can't defend myself, you know. And so that's why a large reason why I'm making this video, not just to complain, but you know, to hopefully raise some awareness about this problem, because it really is a problem. I've been to places where, you know, like sometimes like I'll go with Maggie somewhere and we'll park in the handicapped spot, and I might decide, well, this time I'll just wait in the car. You were just going to run in and look for something or buy something, I'll just wait in the car. And I'll be sitting there in the car with the handicap placard hanging there, and somebody will pull up next to me, totally able-bodied person, you know, just park right next to me in another handicap spot, and it just irritates me. I don't care, like I said, how many other empty spots there are, other empty handicap spots. If you're not disabled, don't park in a disabled parking. That's fucking wrong, man. And it's against the law. It's illegal. I know there aren't like cops driving around looking for people parked in handicap spots, but it's just fucking wrong. And if you do it, you're a thoughtless, rude prick, and or whatever, you know. Well, women can be pricks too, I guess. But just don't do it. You know, don't fucking do it. I've seen in some places, I've even seen like reserved parking for pregnant mothers, pregnant women. And I look at that and I go, what? But I don't park there because I'm not pregnant. If it's reserved, it's reserved, you know, but handicapped especially. And so anyway, that's my rant. And please, just, if you're not handicapped, please don't park in the handicapped spots. Because if you do, you're just really being a thoughtless asshole, and you're taking away a spot that somebody else might really need. And well, that's it. So with that, I'm going to end this video, and I'll talk more later about other stuff. So till later, this is Chris saying over and out. Bye.